Joining the journey are Kate and John Russell, two passengers aboard the April 23rd flight. They also witnessed the gigantic yellow-orange objects in the sky. The plane is a Britten-Norman Trilander, a small-range aircraft used primarily for short-distance flights. It is 49 feet, 3 inches long. The alleged UFOs are described as being over a mile long, more than 100 times the size of these aircraft.
It was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Good visibility, very similar to what we have here today. At altitude, we're at 4,000 feet. I could see the objects, the one object to start with, and then the second object, quite clearly with the islands behind. And that was then when I got out the binoculars and had a good look, and I could see this perfect shape of a pointed object, very brilliant yellow, with a dark area 2/3 from left to right, very clear. It was emitting light quite clearly. Both objects illuminating fantastic amount of light. It was very brilliant and quite difficult to watch.
Were you able to see both of them simultaneously?
Not initially. Initially just one object. And then on descent, the second one became visual.
Roughly how big? Any idea?
I'd say at least a mile across.
Captain Boyer describes the two objects at a 15-to-1 ratio of length to height with a slightly elliptical appearance. The objects are also slightly tilted.
Was the sun visible at the same time?
The layer of cloud above was still covering. The sun would have been great because there would have been a shadow on the sea. It also gave us an exact position and a relative size, but there was no direct sunlight. That was a shame.
But as the objects continue to remain in view, the passengers are alerted that something is happening.
What about the passengers? Were they taking notice as well at this point?
When I was looking out with binoculars, the chap sat behind me was saying, "What is it? What's that?" Because he could see it. The people behind couldn't see it so well because of the people sat in front. But there are a couple of passengers sat in row 4, John and Kate Russell, and they could see it also.
John and Kate Russell are frequent flyers on O'Reilly. They make this trip from Southampton to their home on Alderney often. But they've flown with Captain Boyer on numerous occasions and have never seen him react as he did that day.
And Ray started sitting up in his seat and looking out through the windscreen. Well, you know, when a pilot starts moving around, you begin to wonder what's going on. Then he got out his binoculars. And again, this is rather puzzling because he knows the way.